สวัสดีครับผมพบกับผมบอลเกมครับผมวันนี้เราสู้เล่นเกม Hogwarts Legacy กันต่อนะครับผมก่อนอื่นผมต้องขอบคุณทางแฟนเพจแฮมสเตอร์ควาดครับผมเทศมอดซับไทยเข้ามาเล่นกันนะครับผมไปลุยเลยเป็นภารกิจกันหาดูเรื่องมันก่อนไปหาเซบาสเตียนแล้วกันเฮ็ดเควสลองกันเควสลัดย่ำขึ้นเลยอันที่ฮอกวอตส์ลงได้ไกลสุดวะลงนี้มั้งมาเอาไปห้องลับห้องลับใต้ดิน
You'll never believe what I've learned.
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
It was hard to do, but casting Crucio was our only option.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else. References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
Okay.
I see no reason to involve Ominous.
I'm glad you agree. When I know more, I shall send it out. And don't feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd never engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
Yeah. I'm
not letting this go.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I know what I heard. You knew I wouldn't agree with this. Going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
Poor Anne and Sebastian.
That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I can't lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
Some references Sebastian mentioned in the book do worry me.
I'm glad you understand. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further. But if you think he might, please let me know. would mean a lot.
จบละสำเนียงวะภารกิจลักยังบ่ขึ้นเลยต้องไปคุยกับป๊อปปี้ต่อละคุยลักบ่ขึ้นเลยอยู่ฮอกมีดบ่วะในเมื่อเควสลักยังมาขึ้นเขาเล่นเควสล่องไปก่อนแล้วกันนะครับผมสำรวจกัน
Over here. This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar. And Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by his behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
That's a good idea. We need to see this through.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you. I didn't want to press it before. It seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
'If it's all right with you, I'd rather not say. At least not at the moment.
Understood. We all have our secrets. I shan't press for more details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'd like to track that dragon down as soon as I can. I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
มากำลังเลยเก็บภารกิจลอง เนตตี้มา
You are here. Good.
Is this Mr. Bickle's home?
I believe so. He supposedly has evidence against Hallow. We need to speak with him.
เริ่มภารกิจ
My husband. What will I...
Are you all right? We're looking for Mr. Bickle.
My husband is dead. He killed him.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Mrs. Bickle. Who killed your husband?
Theophilus Harlow. I'm sure of it. He's been threatening my husband for weeks and... Oh, where is my son? Where is Archie?
He must be around here somewhere. When did you last see him?
Archie was home with his father while I was out. His satchel's missing. Hopefully he's just gone wandering, as he's prone to do. I hope he wasn't here when Harlow... When my husband...
Do you know which way Archie might have gone?
He has a little hideout in the forest south of here. He never wanders far. But if he witnessed Harlow doing something to his father, I'm afraid to leave in case he comes back home.
Is there anything more you can tell me about Harlow?
He's Victor Rookwood's second in command. A miserable, awful creature. Vicious and murderous.
What reason would Harlow have to kill your husband?
My husband had been looking into Harlow's dealings and discovered some of what he's been up to. I begged him to leave it alone, but he was convinced that...
We'll find your son, Mrs. Bickle.
Thank you. What am I going to do?
Please do not worry, Mrs. Bickle. We will bring Archie home. When I took the letter we found to Officer Singer, she told me about Mr. Bickle. He had been doing the same thing we are, providing Officer Singer with evidence to take down Harlow. I had hoped to speak with him about what he had found, but we were too late.
What did Officer Singer say about the letter you brought her?
She thanked me, but she clearly felt that it was not enough. It is a shame that hippogriffs cannot speak. Your friend Highwing could provide all the evidence against Harlow that we need. We will need something more. This must be little Archie's hideout that Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Archie? Archie Bickle! He would not have done this to his own hideout. Someone came here looking for him. Revelio may be our only hope of finding out which way he went. There! Archie's footprints. He went this way.
เกล็ดของเฮอร์บเดียนสีดำมังกรขนาดใหญ่ที่สามารถเติบโตได้อย่างยาวกว่า9 เมตรมีเกล็ดขนาดใหญ่และคุกรุขระ ซึ่งเดิมที่มันเคยเป็นส่วนหนึ่งของสัตว์ที่ดูหลายเหล่านั้นแต่ตอนนี้มันเป็นหนึ่งในสมบัติล้ำค่าที่อาชีเก็บเอาไว้ในซ่อนในที่ลับของเขาดูรอยเท้า เบิ่ง
I thought we would have found Archie by now.
I suspect he'll keep running if he's being followed.
If it is Harlow that's pursuing him, I only hope you're right. Men like Harlow would not think twice about killing a child. We must find Archie quickly.
Revelio.
ค้นหารอยเท้า
Wolves! Prepare for a fight.
แนวเขามาเกยกู ตายจ้อยยื้อ
I hope Archie didn't cross paths with that wolf pack. We should look around.
Revelio. Archie's satchel. Why would he leave it behind?
He was likely running from Harlow, distracted. This may be a good time for rebellion again. Archie went this way.
ตามไปครับ
I have a bad feeling about this. Harlow must have a reason for pursuing Archie.
I wonder what Archie saw. I hope he didn't see Harlow kill his father.
He would never overcome it. At least not in any way I can imagine.
Revelio.
blocking the road. We will need Revelio again.
Revelio.
Multiple sets of footprints. Oh, Harlow caught up to him here. This is not good. They went this way.
Revelio.
Thestrals. They are beautiful, are they not?
You can see Thestrals too.
I witnessed death when I was 9. Saw my first Thestral shortly thereafter. I found comfort in it. I still do. I think those of us who have witnessed death deserve some comfort.
เวลาจับสัตว์วิเศษเซตตูลอยแอตทรอส
I'm sorry you experienced something like that at so young an age.
I was with my father when he died. My mother was away, and I felt quite helpless. It was a long time ago in some ways, but in other ways, it seems like it was only yesterday. I still see him so clearly.
You must miss him.
My father was a wonderful man. Let us keep moving. We must find Archie.
Revelio.
Then lock up.
Taking in children now, are we? They're not
Lốc. Ôi, dạ, cơn. Cái cây này là Expulso. Ổn ốc. Lốp. Sẽ. Sạp. Misio. หนีเนาะยูไปใส่
Revelio.
มา
I did not expect this tent to be so large on the inside. That complicates things a little.
Tên nhảy quá. Vậy hôm nay quá.
Don't think he saw it happen, do you? He's just a child. This is the thing for your mother.
Oh, what a nightmare.
Yeah. Hot out. Rất ninh. Nỉ nè. นี่ป้าบป้าบยังนี่นี่ตัวบอดว่ะมากูเว้ย นี่โถ
Archie Bickle, how do you know who I am? Your mother sent us to find you. Oh, I'm so glad to see you.
Not too late, Archie.
Sorry. We need to get this open. Alohomora.
Alohomora. Rồi bật lọc
A man called Harlow. He killed my father. We're so sorry, Archie. We won't let him get away with it. But first we need to get you home to your mother. Thank you for saving me. We wouldn't have it any other way, Archie. Now, let's get you home. We know a safe way back.
Ngủ non.
Oh, Archie, you're here. Oh, you're safe.
Mother? Oh, Mother. Father's friends are in danger. I heard the people who took me talking about them.
Which friends, darling?
Mr. and Mrs. Ray. Mr. Filbert. And I think they also said Otto's name.
Oh, I shall speak with them. You run inside.
Yes, Mother. Your husband's friends may be in danger.
Just as he was.
How can we help?
You've done enough. My husband was a powerful wizard and couldn't defeat Harlow. The last thing we need is that monster coming after you.
We don't want to worry you. I'm sorry again about your husband, Mrs. Bickle.
Thank you. And thank you for bringing Archie home. I can never repay the two of you for your kindness.
Not to worry, Mrs. Bickle. My father used to say that rain does not fall on one roof alone. We are here to help each other. I must learn more about Mr. Bickle's friends and why Harlow is after them. You'll be hearing from me as soon as I know something. Thank you for your help today.
มาเบิ่งภารกิจต่อยังพอเขินอยู่ว่าป่าในภารกิจห้ามงงเฟยคลิปนี้บ่ได้เฮ็ดเนื้อเรื่องเลยเนื้อเรื่องหายหมดอ่ะสั่นเดี๋ยวไป ซินเดอเรลล่าแล้วกันนะเป็นภารกิจลองคลิปนี้ว่ามีภารกิจหลักแล้วมีแต่ภารกิจล่องทั้งนั้นเลย โธ่งงงี้คุณนายเฮ็ดล่องให้มันเบิดกันแล้วให้มันขึ้นภารกิจหลัก ยังมาอัดใหม่ได้ก็อัดไปแล้ว
Glad you came.
ซิโรนาอยู่ใส่หรออ๋อนี่เดี๋ยวซิโรนา
Hello, Serena. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lockdog?
I did, thank you. We had a good conversation. He sends you his best.
Glad to hear it. I shan't ask for details of your little chat, and I'll refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be, whatever your plans.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something.
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I've actually met Mrs. Sprottle. I recently spoke with her about her friend, Claire Beaumont.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Why does Mrs. Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying travelling vendors with Wiggenweld potion. An ordinary precaution that has, unfortunately, become a necessity, what with Ranrock's loyalists disrupting the trade routes.
Why did Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of the few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. Ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it. To be honest, I'd imagine it contains some lovely memories.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
นกฟิลตอนเนื้อโคตรไก่ว่าเล่นกัน
Upper Hogsfield. Now, where to find Mrs. Sprottle? Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Serona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Serona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect Horcrux for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some Horcrux for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Serona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died.
He was hoping to go through it with Serona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawk clumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawk clumps and collect the box of letters there.
Serona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Oh, goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Serona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk clumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
คนเข้าไปในถ้ำตั้งแต่ว่าไหนต้องพุ่นโอ้มาแลนมึง
These rocks have seen better days. This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
มาโพงหอกลำ
Still need to visit the cave to find Serona's box of letters. Perhaps I'll find more. Better have a look around. See if I can find that box of letters.
เปลี่ยนคาถากันคาถาไฟ จะเปิดทิมเลย
That's all the hall clumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased.
ฮึบฮึบ
Either I'll have to fight
ไม่ให้
that
โทร
troll or avoid it altogether.
เยดีไม่เจอโทษเฉยโอ้โหเต็มลบวัดเอาวัดไหนลบขวาโอ้ถึงอีกแล้วเย็นเหลือเกิน ลบลบไปถืออีกแล้วกูลบลบถือเก่งเพลินลบลบกันลบไปแล้วลบลบลบลบลบลบลบไอ้เหี้ยจังหวะสุดท้ายมันนัวลบมานี่ลบมานี่ลบมานี่ตาย
I believe she has learned about some of what we've been up to. I'm hoping she may be easier on me if you are there.
มาอ่านแล้วกันครับผมเก็บซื้อเนี่ยโอ้โหกระจุยจ่าย
I think that's everything. I should take this box of letters to Serona. She'll be glad to have it back.
ออกไปทางปลาต้องหามสิ
Hello, Serona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Spottle with some horcrux for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Spottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her. And for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
ภารกิจเสร็จสมบูรณ์มาเอาเลยครับสำหรับคลิปนี้ผมจะขอจบลงแต่เพียงเท่านี้กันนะครับผมอาจจะเป็นคลิปสั้นๆนะครับเพราะว่ามีเควสหลักขึ้นเลยครับผมมีแต่เควสลองหันเลยผมก็เล่นไปกันละได้ก็อัดละเดี๋ยวผมจะไปเฮ็ดเควสลองต่อครับผมเพื่อให้มันขึ้นเควสหลักจักมันต้องการอย่างนั้นถึงจะขึ้นสำหรับคลิปนี้ถือว่าเป็นคลิป เพลินๆเลยนะครับผมว่าจะเป็นว่าซีเรียสเนื้อเรื่องเท่าไหร่ขอบคุณที่รับชมครับผมสวัสดีครับ